It's a nearly unavoidable consequence of community spread around the region. Case clusters in nursing homes like the Waters here in Johnson City, where 36 residents were infected and 4 have died.
Ryan Youngblood teaches at East Tennessee State University. The former nursing home administrator says the story at the Waters is playing itself out across the region.
You put your heart and soul into something, and you just don't know how it's going to play out at the end of this. I mean, it's a lot of gray area that these folks have to work with, and it's almost too much.
Youngblood confirmed Waters Administrator Chuck Arnold's emotional off-camera assessment of the industry's challenges. A state report today showed 49 residents in Northeast Tennessee had died of COVID-related symptoms, more than half the region's total deaths. More than 400 residents and 300 staff have tested positive at 21 facilities, straining an already stressed labor force.
They're scared. They don't want to catch it. They don't want to be in an environment where where there's a potential to catch it or be the one who brings it in.
Youngblood says in his experience, people who stay in the high-stress, low-paying field do it because of their care for others.
So they love the residents that are there, and so the guilt aspect of, am I going to bring this in, is tremendous, I imagine.
At the same time, administrators need even more staff to deal with the ravages of COVID. Shift pickup bonuses and other incentives don't necessarily offset quarantines and enhanced unemployment benefits.
Somebody who's unemployed, for example, taking home more now than you would make at $12 an hour, that makes it difficult. When someone is testing positive, are you going to have enough staff to cover for them? And then that causes shortages.
While facilities should be held accountable, Youngblood said the primary driver of clusters is community spread, with asymptomatic transmission and the lack of rapid tests keeping facilities on the back foot.
Even when they do contact tracing, they're having a really tough time tracing it back to where some of these folks are getting it. And I think with the new antigen test, even though it gives off more false positives, I think it will help.
Until then, Youngblood said people's choices about masks and social distancing will dictate the degree to which COVID ravages nursing homes.
Even if you're the person that feels like, look, this will never affect me and it won't affect my family, then think about someone else's grandmother. Think about someone else's mother who's having to deal with this. Let's avoid all the selfishness that's involved in that and really think about, this is a time for our society really to pull together.
In Johnson City, Jeff Keeling, News Channel 11.